I'm not ever sure when I'm live or not with this, the way Zoom and YouTube works out. So at some point here, I might just be talking to myself here. I might be live. I'm probably live right now, though. It looks like I'm live right now. Hey, welcome to the show, the Thursday night live broadcast we do every week. Frankie McDonald, of course, joins us at 7:30, and I should have cleared my throat before I started. Okay, there we are. Gotta talk. Okay, so we got Frankie McDonald coming in at 7 p.m. We got Brandon Hauk, of course, coming in as well with Alberta, Western Canada weather. I'm just setting up the live stream right now, making sure it's all good to go. Got to put the thumbnail up so it's not just a picture of me on a horse or something like that. That's really important to do that right away. So a thumbnail of some kind. We had a severe thunderstorm in Prince George. We had severe thunderstorms everywhere in BC today. In the Cariboo down south, of course, Prince George and the Cariboo weren't forecast to get them. But I warned you here on the channel. I warned you. I said there might be more to this than, just smelling the air here in the Cariboo. It was felt very ripe, even though I didn't see much for severe myself. Uh, it did happen. It did happen. Yeah, I'm just getting the broadcast ready. Then I got to share it to the socials and whatnot, which would be nice if you know how to do that. You can hit the share down there, spread the word around that the Comedy Meteorology Report is back for our 198th time tonight. Two episodes, one episode away from 200. 200 episode, two. How does it work? I don't know how it works. Uh, there's 199, and then there's 200 after that. I don't think we have anything special planned really, but it should. If I was better at this kind of thing, I would. As it is, I barely hold it together. All this channel together. Okay, I'm almost ready. I got things being shared here to socials. So if you could share yourself or tell a friend about Caribou Weather Dude YouTube channel up here in 3,953 feet above sea level. It's your show about how much the weather sucks. That's what this show is. Come on in, everyone. I don't think we have meteorologist Mark this week, but we have a tidbit for him. At 7 p.m., what we do is we hit a different record button, and what happens is that becomes the radio show that we send to a number of radio stations. So would love to be on more radio stations. We're just giving it away to university, college stations and whatnot, campus stations. Sure. I don't have a dream of making this some kind of a big payoff, but no, it'd be nice to see it on more campus radio. That's something I'd like to do. Okay. The sharing is almost complete. Wow, that took me a little while tonight. Make sure everybody in the comedy meteorology chat group, of course, we just have this big chat group and we all chat all week long. And we're never really, I'm never really sure who's going to come on or not, but sometimes I know who's not going to come on. I know Hank Vliestra is going to something tonight with one of his kids, some kind of a graduation based thing, I think, for one of his kids. So that's cool. We got to miss out on Hank Vliestra tonight. I should go grab my phone so I have it handy. I think I'm ready to go here, though. We got power outages in the north. I'm going to put radar on for a second. Then I'm going to go grab the phone so that I can be sure to not miss it. People dinging me. Then I can still talk to everybody in the podcast chat sometimes when I'm going on. So we still have some severe thunderstorm warnings. So this afternoon, it was everything. It was like everything was under severe warning. It was really incredible. So many severe warnings and areas that they didn't expect to have severe thunderstorm warnings. I still have the lightning detector going off here on my phone. Looks like there's one west of Kersley that's kicking up a lot of lightning. South of Big Creek there, more. Oh man, it's all over. Some of those ones, though, aren't on radar, so they're harder to talk about. So we saw severe thunderstorms light up quite a bit of an area. Kamloops was under a severe thunderstorm warning at one point. That region, the Cache Creek region at one point was under a severe thunderstorm warning. So we had some very strong thunderstorms that were kicking out some heavy rain, heavy lightning, hail, things like that, strong wind gusts at times. As you can see, the rain is quite localized in where it falls, and the lightning striking all over. So it's not very generous with its rain. Intense core of the storm, heavy downbursts, but not necessarily a big widespread rain. Revelstoke area, that's big widespread rain. They got that this afternoon. Similar things kind of happen here in the Caribou Mountains, although maybe not a fantastic amount of rain. Some of these cells up by Vavenby coming out of the mountains there look pretty strong. Yeah, ridgetop huggers. There it is. Watch that. Boom, that's solid looking. Look at that. There's probably hail coming out of that guy. So what do we have right now? Still rainfall through Nakusp, whatnot. Lightning on the front of there. In the mountains near New Denver and Silverton in the Valhallas. Down at Farquhar. That's really hard to say. Everyone calls it the fuckier ferry. Down there in the Monashees. There's lots of lightning still. That's been going on all day for them. Storms tracking up, and maybe more cells still yet popping up into the evening. That's a meaty little one there near Enderby. Clinton area. They had a strong one last night that went on for a little while. It didn't move much. It just kind of sat there and threw lightning for, a good 45 minutes or something. It didn't seem to move very much. Okay, what about severe thunderstorm went through the Caribou earlier today. Don't think that warning lasted very long. Prince George had its turn maybe an hour ago, I guess now. There's 45,000 people without power last I saw between Prince George and Vanderhoof on the Highway 16 corridor. That's a lot of people. Yeah, that's like half the north. Solid rain out by Fort James. Yeah, a little bit of lightning still in some of these areas. Out by Willow River, maybe taking some lightning right now. Some nice rain, though, in the northern storms. It's been the south trailers throughout the day that have been kind of drier. Like we see these guys again down in Chilcotin. New line popping up. I don't know how much time they have left in the day to do too much or get too big. But we've seen that a couple times now. They kind of pop up dry. By the time they're drinking, they do bring some moisture over here to the mountains. But they've kind of stolen it from here, from the evaporation that's going on and the convection that's happening there. That's gnarly looking there, just west of Kersley. Just that nug on the very north end. Trailing in behind seems to be a fair bit of rain over McAllister and Alexandria, maybe coming in there. Wildwood maybe looking at a bit of rain. There's some interfere with the radar beam there, so we missed a quadrant, but don't worry, it's nothing weird. And a little bit out of range. It's always hard to tell what's going on 100 Mile House. A little bit out of range always there. We need more radar coverage than we have. Need like a smaller one that fills the gap there. But that warning is ended for Prince George. But still, down in southern British Columbia, it's going on. I don't know if this warning will have been canceled by now. Let's find out before we switch gears here. Yeah, it's been canceled now. So we'll look at that again in a minute. Check back in here, make sure no one from the podcast is trying to get in. Okay, evening. Who's there in the chat right now before I pop into a new thing? Hey, Lisa. Hey, Helen. Went to... people looking for Chris Newton. Yeah, last week I was had his mom on the show. If you missed that, everybody, I should cut that and make a separate video of it. I had trouble with the video version of it last week afterwards, so kind of slipped my mind after a day because there's always so much going on. Okay, let's look at the next thing. British Columbia on Friday. Still a risk of thunderstorms in southern BC. It's tailing off still. I'm not sure if this cranberry and ginger ale drink is making my mouth drier or not, stickier. I started drinking it, then immediately started the show and like had to cough, but I'm thirsty. And it is delicious. It's like my Shirley Temple. Looking at hail probably in that A region. Stronger sun, maybe an isolated storm in there can still get pretty strong tomorrow. B region a little less chance, probably just isolated and random. Up in the north there, a little bit of lightning into Whitehorse, into Dawson City, into the Yukon Territory. I think the big story though tomorrow is this one. If you can see on the map there, there's the funnel cloud sign around Edmonton. And I would suspect that there's a real risk of a tornado tomorrow, just judging by how many storms popped off here as this low moves east into more favorable country for strong thunderstorm development. I could really see something special happening in this B region tomorrow, maybe anywhere in it. 2 to 4 centimeter hail. That's big hail. 90 to 100-kilometer-an-hour winds. Not a lot of precip they're anticipating in there in that B region. And the risk of a funnel cloud. They say funnel cloud. I wouldn't be surprised if we see tornado watches or something like that, or maybe, I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if something happens. I'm not saying, well, here comes the expert himself, Brandon. He'll have more to say about that because he's down in Brooks, Alberta, and he'll definitely be in the target. And I know Hank Vliestra would be awesome to have on tonight if his kid wasn't graduating. Are you there, Brandon?
Oh, I'm here just in time.
Just in time, yeah. So I'm just discussing what are the chances, like, because this low that you are about to get tomorrow has come through BC today and is really overproduced in terms of number of severe storms or potentially severe storms that have popped off. Like the Caribou wasn't in the forecast zone. Prince George wasn't in terms of severe. Yet, I kind of cautioned everyone this morning, like the air smells ripe here.
Mm-hmm.
And now we've seen a couple that were pretty strong come through the region this afternoon as well.
Oh, yeah.
And then the entire south at one point, it was like, I don't know, all of southern British Columbia was in under severe thunderstorm warning. It seemed like in the interior. Josh Palmer's like messaging me there on the messenger, and he's like, "Hey, it's overproducing," and I'm like, "Yeah, I kind of had a suspicion with this heat. Eventually, our lack of lightning in this province this year would catch up." So my positation to you is around this funnel cloud moniker here.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that might be underselling it just based on what we've seen today.
Oh, yeah. I think I was looking at the NAM model not too long ago on my other live video stream that I was showing, and it had the chance for potential rotating storms a little further southeast towards the Saskatchewan border. So let's say like Hannah Coronation area. So, but there will be a little bit of spins. I also noticed that on the other model there with the area of low pressure where we have the winds going in all sorts of different directions around the Edmonton area as well. So I'd say the chances are definitely there for funnel cloud development and potential for a landspout tornado or a hybrid tornado tomorrow, which is a very small chance of it touching the ground. But if that could be the case with any of these little supercells that do develop, especially for tomorrow, where we, especially in that yellow zone north of the Trans-Canada Highway. So that's what I was looking at fairly closely. Now, the other thing is we've had a lot of smoke in the last few days, but a lot of the smoke got kind of pushed out today from this first wave of precipitation with the rain that we had today. So pretty much the bulk of my smoke is gone in my area. There's still a bit of smoke around, but I think a lot of it's going to get pushed out easily before this thing swings in. But that's the other thing is that smoke could cause issues for anything from development, preventing it from development. But I think from what I saw today in my little early morning 3 a.m. little thunderstorm that rolled on in from the south there, and then this rain that stuck around all day today, it made air quality actually much better today with the compared to
The
other
rain has knocked
regions
the
across the
particulates
province.
down, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's that's interesting because you had a storm roll in the middle of the night
Yep.
with the smoke. So there's no ground heating going on making that storm.
Oh yeah.
So here's my point too, is that here it was quite smoky in the Caribou, smoky enough
Yep.
that it knocked temperature down a number of degrees. And like that ground heating wasn't prevalent and it was cloudy here almost all
Mm-hmm.
day.
Yeah.
And still we managed to get a fair amount. Like the whatever came through here was pretty weak.
Oh yeah.
It was unfortunate for me, but um, other places, got blessed with some really fantastic thunderstorms. So,
Oh
I
yeah.
think in this case, what I was noticing too, as that storm was coming over, there was an aircraft flying overhead, and it had contrails coming out. So it was very cold and dry up above
Yep.
that, very
Yeah.
cold and dry up ahead, while it's still really moist and warm down here. So that's
Oh yeah.
what's driving that convection, right? And it's like, no,
Yep.
sometimes people will see that. It's like, well, I saw an aircraft go over and then there's a fucking thunderstorm. Look at that. That,
Yeah.
but no, it's what caused the condensation, what caused the moisture that's expelling from the aircraft to condense into a cloud. Well, that
Mm-hmm.
super dry, super cold, minus 40. Basically, it's probably minus 40 up there
Oh
at
yeah.
that point. That aircraft's flying over, and it just
Yeah.
gives you a real good clue as to like what's at play in terms of temperature variation. So, the ground heating wasn't necessarily that important.
Yeah. That's right.
These
And well,
these
tomorrow
storms were
for our
getting
area, we're
fire.
gonna. Mm-hmm.
Sorry, go ahead.
So yeah, tomorrow in our area, we're probably gonna get up to like 27, 28 tomorrow. So we had all this rain today, and we spiked the temperature up. So that's gonna allow for. Oh yeah, that's the fuel right there. That
Well, yeah, you
just
got the extra humidity now.
extra humidity. So we've got a lot of fuel for this stuff that rolls in, and plus low pressure that develops, and got winds going in all kinds of different directions too. So that's also the fuel. The only problem, as I mentioned, will be a bit of a cap, but I think, or the smoke. But as I mentioned, that smoke's probably going to get pushed out because it definitely did not survive the day today in our area. That's for sure.
Yeah, and I think even if it had the way this low's rolling through it, it might not have made a difference as to whether there's storms or not,
Yeah,
because it hasn't.
right.
It didn't make a difference in. I mean, down south didn't have much for smoke, but the Caribbean was pretty smoky. Prince George is pretty smoky, and they just had a fantastic thunderstorm roll through PG. They got 45,000 people without power there right now
Mm-hmm.
on that Highway 16 corridor. See what the new update says for them. Lightning strikes caused power outages affecting approximately 45,000 customers between Prince Rupert and Vanderhoof. Oh,
Ooh.
that's different.
Yeah.
It's not what I expected. Okay.
So yeah, no,
That's
I think
so
this is Alberta's.
people in PG have no power though.
Yeah.
But
So yeah.
that's wild. Okay.
So yeah, a lot in that Alberta Storm Chasers group. So I've had all the rain today. I think easily over. I'm approaching 30 millimeters right now, so it's a good rain today. But yeah, I post this outlook for tomorrow. Everybody's like, highly unlikely. We can't seem to get any rain around here. No rain. Somebody says, Calgary never gets any rain. It's so very dry. And then they comment below, oh, it's raining right now. So getting into that convection. That storm just outside of Pincher Creek looked pretty good half an hour ago, actually.
We should hop back over and I've only looked at BC so far on radar. Like a power outages reported that are suspicious in the Prince George area. So I know there's power outages in Prince George. I didn't expect that the big story was somewhere out here. I don't know what's going on here. Wow. Okay, enough. So there's power outages in the north.
Yep.
Fire smoke map. So they think that you should be under it, but that rain's knocked it down.
Oh yeah. There's a little bit, but it's barely. Yeah, I had the windows open today. It's barely noticeable. If
I
I
mean, the
noticed it,
rain,
I would be a different person right now.
the
I'd be
raindrops
complaining.
catch the particulates and carry them
Yeah.
down to the earth. That's why, like, when it had been like a couple weeks without rain in Ontario, it would get so smoggy. It'd be so
Oh yeah.
gross. Then finally you get some rain and be like, uh. And look how that low's got smoke rolling in
Yep.
northern BC out towards the west, right?
Yep.
That's also what's helped to deliver some of it down over the last, you know,
Oh yeah.
24 hours
Yeah.
mostly.
Yesterday was pretty nasty. It was pretty nasty yesterday. Today there's a little bit of a haze, so I kind of do notice a little bit of smoke, but it's not as bad as yesterday. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's mostly just lingering for you here while this is actively some of it moving in strange new
It's my air
directions.
quality index. Oh,
And look, you know,
things is unhealthy.
things are gonna improve for fire situation a little bit, at least with these lows coming through. You know,
Oh yeah,
Saskatchewan's
we're
seen a
gonna
lot of
be.
improvement in its target zone.
Yep. Yeah, we're in for a bit of an unsettled pattern for the next few weeks. Looks like so. Good, I
We're
guess.
way under for lightning production this year in BC.
Oh yeah.
You know,
That
like I
changed
saw,
today.
yeah, that changed the last 2 days.
Yeah.
But up to that point, it was like statistically like the lowest, one of the lowest years on record for since they started measuring how many lightning strikes or whatever, right?
Oh yeah.
That northeast is persistently dry. Years of prolonged drought, holdover fires
Yep.
that have woke back up, lightning caused fires that have added to the problem. Raining in the Fort St. John area a lot over the next 24 hours, I think. So there's improvement in the south piece, but the north not so much. And conditions aren't that great for our friends into this is fire weather index, by the way.
Yep.
Let's just have a look at oh, your face is in the way, Brandon. Look at the buildup index here just to give a here comes Karen. She just had that storm in Prince George. So you still have pretty dry conditions through a lot of the interior BC.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think we're not in extreme danger territory for fire activity. It's very
Yeah.
green in the Caribou. But the fact that the ground is dry, I mean, we could take 100 mils here in Wells and we'd still next week need more. You
Oh
know,
yeah.
climatologically speaking, for where I am living here in the mountains, we've way underperformed this spring. I know other regions can say the same. There's been some cooler conditions through the spring in BC and some rain at times, but not for this area up here. You know, they've been above average for temperatures quite a bit again, and below average for precipitation. And I don't see I don't see that story changing this summer. I don't see how it can.
Yeah.
You know, how many hundreds of mils of rain do you need up there to really end the drought for good? You know, there's a massive changing happening in the forests. It's crazy.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think that
Um,
red on our side might be dissipating a bit after today. A little bit.
hmm. Hey, Karen, how's it going?
Oh,
How
sitting
was you?
on the deck in the rain and
Woo!
thunder.
Fun
Yeah.
times.
How was it when it
Good
came through?
times. Better than the smoke.
I guess so, eh? Hey, everybody on the live stream, don't forget to hit like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, and well, let's get back on the radar for a minute here, Brandon. Check back in. Our storms are starting to diminish. It looks like a little bit in southern BC.
Yep.
Yeah, the strength's starting to weaken.
Party's over. Well, for
Almost.
today.
Yeah.
Almost over.
It might be a little bit more of a party tomorrow still yet.
Oh, yeah.
So what do you got going on over there? Oh, Nan's about to get dumped on.
Yep, you're going to get dumped on. We've had a couple little pulse-like storms in the foothills. That was kind of predicted today. One almost got close to severe limits, actually. That one by Twin Butte. About half an hour ago. Had a little purple on there, but it actually looked pretty good on the webcam. I looked half an hour ago. Had a little structure on there, so... There's a little gust front ahead of that, too. A little outflow boundary there. So
Yeah,
it'll
the Twin Butte
probably be
General
producing some wind.
Twin Butte General Store down there.
Oh, yeah.
I've played a number of concerts there. Phil and Jenny, the owners, they have their what's it called? It's their annual festival's coming up.
Okay, yeah.
It's eluding me right now, the name of it.
Yeah, I
It's
stopped in there once and they were full. No place to sit. So we had to go somewhere else.
It's really small, but it's really awesome.
Oh, yeah. It was busy, so it was good. It's good that
Well,
they were really busy.
back when I used to drink the, putting Phil and I together was like dynamite. It's kind of like, uh, you know, Carl Mattson and I put the two of us together. It's like, I don't know, we could
Oh,
we
yeah.
could somehow end the universe like accidentally in our madness of let's try this,
Mm-hmm.
just pretty fun guys,
Yeah.
pretty fun guys, but yeah, I sure love them. They're pretty funny. Oh, I wish I could remember the name of this festival now. That's killing me. It'll come to me later on in the show.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's a nice looker there for Cowboy Trail.
Yep. Right in Cowboy Trail.
Yeah, the hills, but in between the Porcupine Hills, I guess that's called. The Porcupine Hills. Holy cow, it's almost Frankie time already.
Almost.
Where did the time go? 6:59 already. I better get my stuff together here because Frankie will come on and he'll be ready. And, I never am. Okay, I'm half ready. 6:59. He's prompt. He's prompt. Yeah, so I don't know. We don't have no Mark tonight. We have a video from him. No Justin tonight. Yeah. No Hank tonight. Wow, yeah. We're running short. We have to really work overtime on this one, looking at things.
Well,
Right.
good
So
thing
you're
I got some
stuck with
Florida person
Brandon.
stories.
You're stuck with Brandon and I, right? Is that
Oh,
what
yeah.
you're saying?
I don't know if I'm stuck. Maybe it's more like, thank goodness you're here. It'd just be me talking for like 2 hours.
I got a pile of Florida stories this week, so
Uh-oh.
we'll eat up some time.
A pile of Florida stories?
And a Kentucky. Oh, yeah. Some funny stories this week, so.
Here comes Frankie. What do you know? I knew he'd come right on time at 7 p.m. sharp. Let's just do this. It is the Comedeorological Report. You are tuned in to C4 88.7 FM, CKUW 95.9 FM, CFBX 92.5 FM in the Prince George, Winnipeg, Kamloops, and hopefully we're on stations somewhere else. You never know. You're also watching us on Joey Only Caribou Weather Dude YouTube channel every Thursday night at 7 p.m. when Frankie joins us here for the Comedeorological Report, Comedy plus Meteorology. That's the game. Okay, let's get on with the music and all that stuff.
Well, whether it's hot, whether it's cold, whether it's hot, Frankie's got the weather we've got. Wait a minute. Well, whether it's cold, whether it's hot, Frankie's got the weather or not.
There it is. There it is. I'm your host, Joey, Joey Only up here in the Caribou Mountains, 3,953 feet above sea level here in the Caribou Mountains. That's right. Your authoritative voice on all things weather and this, that, and the other. And of course, I got my main henchman with me. The 198th time we've done this show now. 198 times, Frankie McDonald. 198 times we've done this. Can you believe that already? That's a lot. That's almost a whole year's worth of shows that we've done now. That's a lot. So that's great. I'm so stoked on that. And 2 more episodes from now will be the 200th spectacular, of which I have no plan for, nothing special really in mind. But we should, there should be something special in mind. Like, I just don't know how to do special things. This is all I can achieve. We're here right now and we're doing it. And that's great. So Frankie McDonald will be joining us from Sydney, Nova Scotia here very, very shortly. Of course, I got my main squeeze also there, Brandon Houck out in Brooks, Alberta. He's the weatherman and the morning guy on the radio there in Brooks, Alberta. Good afternoon. Good evening, Brandon.
Well, good evening. Yes, feels like the middle of the afternoon.
It does, yeah, it does. Actually, that's true, especially up here. We get that much more sunlight. Like the other morning, I woke up to sunlight and I was like, oh boy, it's daylight. I got to do stuff. And then I looked at the phone and it said 4:20 and I was like, oh man, back to bed. That's what I need to do. That's the stuff. So it tricks me. But now I'm into the rhythm of waking up really early in the morning. I love it. Karen Richards is also here from Prince George. She's she's one of the moderators there on Interior Weather and Wilderness Watchers, a group that I found on Facebook there. We got over 40,000 people on it. We've been finally growing again. There's people been joining the group here, it seems like a lot lately. So that's positive news for our fantastic group, eh, Karen? You just had that severe thunderstorm rolling on through Prince George. What was it like?
Oh, well, I didn't really get a whole lot, like a lot of sheet lightning, but thunder and rain. A lot of rain. I sent you a couple of videos of the rain. It came down.
The blessed rain. That's one thing we've been lucky. I mean, a lot of those thunderstorms down southern British Columbia have been pretty dry, but some of us have got a lot of rain in the process. Anyways, it's time for this famous guy.
Frankie!
Can you yodel for us? Who has the worst weather in the world, Frankie?
Ladies and gentlemen,
Frankie! How you doing so far, buddy?
I'm doing great so far. It's going to be really, really rainy all across southeastern United States this Friday and Saturday coming up. It's going to bring a whole lot of rain in Boston and New York and Washington, D.C. this Saturday coming. It's going to bring a whole lot of rain in Washington, D.C. and Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, and Texas. A lot of the rain thunderstorms are forecast, including Kentucky, Tennessee, and all those places. It's going to bring cool weather in Nova Scotia.
Is it going to rain on the Führer Parade there in Washington,
It's not going to rain in Nova
Frankie?
Scotia this weekend. It's going to bring a whole lot of rain all across and Louisiana, Mississippi, and Missouri, and all those places where Ranty Rogers live. It's going to be extremely hot in where Gary and Dino is in Phoenix, Arizona. It's going to be extremely hot in New Mexico, Nevada, including Idaho, Utah, and all those places. It's going to bring a little bit cooler weather in Vancouver, BC, and Seattle, Portland. It's going to be extremely hot in LA, California, USA as well.
Yeah,
It's
what
gonna
else,
bring-
Frankie?
Aggressively hot weather, not just here, but Vancouver, British Columbia. Next week has got cool weather, warm weather, fighting each other. It's really cold up north right now. It's really cold in Greenland right now. Then it got some snow off the coast of Labrador. Next Tuesday coming up, it's going to bring heavy snow in Labrador, off the coast of Labrador, heading towards Greenland and parts of Nunavut territory.
Is it
gonna
going
bring-
to is it going to rain in Washington this weekend on the Führer Parade there, Frankie?
Yes, in Washington, D.C.
Excellent.
and southeastern United States as well. It's going to be really, and the weather all across Central America for this week. It's lots of rain thunderstorms going on in southern Mexico, Guatemala. There's a hurricane developing off the coast of Mexico, Costa Rica, El Salvador, Nigeria, Honduras, and Panama. A lot of rain thunderstorms there going on this weekend coming up. And down South America. And the weather down South America, a lot of rain and the thunderstorms in Venezuela, Colombia, parts of Peru, parts of Ecuador, parts of Bolivia, and all those places. A lot of rain thunderstorms forecast in northern Brazil. Venezuela is now in the rainy season. So much rain going on in Venezuela. It's really dry in northern Chile right now. And central Brazil is really dry right now. It's really cold air heading towards Santiago, Chile as well. This Friday coming. Then it's going to be a lot of rain in Santiago, Chile, down South America. And lots of cold weather in southern Argentina. And mild weather in northern Argentina. And hot weather in far northern Argentina. It's really cold in Falkland Islands and Alucia, Argentina as well. And the windy conditions right now. And the weather all across the United Kingdom, around Europe. Lots of rain in Ireland, Belfast, Ireland, Northern Ireland, Scotland, Wales, England, all those places. Lots of thunderstorms and rain forecast this Sunday coming in France, parts of Germany, parts of you got rain and showers and forecast and rain in Norway, Finland, Sweden as well. Then it gets lots of rain and thunderstorms in Croatia, Bosnia, all those places were really dry. In Albania, Serbia, parts of Bosnia, Albania, Greece, Romania, and all those places next week as well. It's really hot in Libya, Algeria, Morocco, and Spain and Portugal right now. And Turkey is really hot there right now. In Ukraine and Moscow, Russia, it's really warm there right now. In Belarus, the showers in the forecast. And the weather all across East Asia, a lot of rain and thunderstorms going on in, and there's a cyclone heading towards parts of China right now. Lots of rain and thunderstorms going on in southern China right now, in Japan right now, and in Philippines. Is thunderstorms in the forecast this weekend coming, including Philippines, Malaysia, Thailand, Cambodia, and all those places. A lot of rain and thunderstorms in Bangladesh and Myanmar, and Vietnam, Laos, and Philippines, and Singapore, and Malaysia, and Indonesia, parts of Indonesia right now. A lot of rain and thunderstorms going on in India, southern India, Sri Lanka right now. And lots of rain. India's in the monsoon season now. It's going to bring a lot of rain next week in India and Delhi, India right now. It's really hot in Pakistan, Afghanistan, Iran, Iraq, Syria, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Yemen, and the United Arab Emirates, and Israel, Gaza, and all those places. And Jordan and Lebanon, it's extremely hot there right now. And Northern Africa, it's really hot in Sahara Desert. Lots of Sahara dust come off northwest coast Africa. A lot of rain, thunderstorms in Nigeria and Ghana and all those places right now. A lot of rain, thunderstorms. A lot of sand coming off the coast of Africa as well. In southern Africa, it's really dry in Angola, Namibia, South Africa, Mozambique with little showers and forecasts in Botswana, Zimbabwe, Zambia, and Madagascar, La Reunion, and Mauritius Islands. And weather all across Perth, Australia this week is lots of rain going on in Perth, Australia. Lots of dry weather in Perth, Australia lately. Got cold weather heading towards. They had a big snowstorm in New South Wales, Australia, parts of NSW, Australia. They had a big blizzard conditions with a lot of snow, southeastern Australia, earlier in the week.
Wow, I didn't hear that. That's crazy.
So much snow happening southeastern Australia early in the week because their winter starts next Friday.
Yeah, well, there's some mountains there, the Blue Mountains, I think they're called.
Yes, and a
They
lot
get
of
quite a
rain
bit of
and
snow.
thunderstorms in parts of northeastern Australia on Monday and Tuesday coming up. And Sydney, Australia is drier than normal but cooler as well because their winter starts on June 21st, June 20th. And there's lots of cold weather in Invercargill, New Zealand, Queenstown, New Zealand, with showers for the recent forecast, including Thunder, New Zealand, Christchurch, New Zealand, Wellington, New Zealand, Gisborne, New Zealand, and Auckland, New Zealand as well. It's going to bring some showers for forecast in Auckland, New Zealand. Really cold temperatures. And temperatures really cold up in the Arctic. It's daylight, 24-hour daylight up in the Arctic is 24-hour darkness in Antarctica is right now. And guess what? Somewhere in Russia had a big giant hailstorm. According to the weatherman, Kirill backing off. They had a huge hailstorm and somewhere in Russia, it's a big, huge hailstorm happening as well. And I'm just sharing this video about the big hailstorm already happened.
How big were the hails?
Huge.
Huge hails.
Share sound.
There was some hail in BC today.
And here's a big hailstorm in Russia.
All right, let's see it.
Ужас, ужас, что творится? Он что не заходит? Ужас! Ужас, что творится? Пипец! Бляха-муха, посмотрите, все, машине пипец! Ужас, ужас, что творится?
That was a big
No, she's a
hailstorm.
little more dramatic.
And here's a tornado over there.
In Russia?
Yes.
Holy tornado in Russia. There it is. It's a big, long tornado. I don't think Brandon's here right now to see this one. It's like a stovepipe, just straight down. Oh, you're back,
I'm
Brandon?
around.
See that one?
I'm around.
And did you hear about this? I got something to say. I sent you the videos about me.
I got something here for you, Frank. You want to see?
Yes.
Now, I didn't do a very good job because I'm not good at anything I do. But I made something for you here.
Yes.
And I think you'll like it. And it's the Frankie McDonald, best of Frankie McDonald this week. I found it. Here we go,
Yes.
everybody.
This is Frankie McDonald, my own TV station live in Sydney, Nova Scotia. Severe thunderstorms to Rachel headed towards Dallas, Texas on Monday, June 9, 2025. It's going to start on Sunday, June 8 during the evening hours in Dallas, Texas, and Fort Worth, Texas, and northeastern Texas, including rural areas of northeastern Texas as well. The winds are going to be really, really strong. That's going to bring down power lines and snap a tree branches and a half. That's going to bring a lot of rain and possible large hail. The Rachel's going to be really bad. It's going to do a lot of damage and damage buildings and cause flood in Dallas, Texas, and surrounding areas as well. It's going to bring a lot of rain. Winds are going to be really, really strong, gusting to over 80 miles per hour in Dallas, Texas, and the surrounding areas as well. People in Dallas, Texas, be prepared. Heavy rubble to raincoats ready. When you go outside, rain, rubble to raincoat, raincoats to keep you dry. For people living in Dallas, when it gets really, really bad, head down to the basement as you can.
Oh, look at that.
It's going to be really strong winds in Dallas and surrounding areas as well. I'm doing great so far. I'm on the S-plane in my hometown of Sydney right now. Here it is. I'm having a great week so far, right now.
Hey, radio listeners.
Severe thunderstorms to Rachel headed towards Oklahoma on Sunday, June 8th. Major heat wave is headed towards Vancouver Island on Sunday, June 8, 2025. It's going to bring really high temperatures in Victoria, British Columbia, Sauk, British Columbia, Port Renfrew, British Columbia, Coldwood, British Columbia, Sandwich, British Columbia, Ladysmith, Duncan, Nanaimo, Port Alberni, Tofino, Parksville, Corcoran, Palm Beach, Courtney, Comox, Camp River, Port Renewal, Port Hardy, British Columbia. Yeah. Don't walk too far. Yeah. It's going to be really, really hot temperatures. I'm showing you the boardwalk where I'm at right now. Things are great so far. Here's the Sydney boardwalk, and here's West Melbourne across the Sydney Harbour. Here it is. I'm showing you the Sydney, Nova Scotia boardwalk. I'm showing you guys there right now. Be extra prepared. It's going to be really hot. Yeah. Here's the S-plane Sydney. That's the S-plane Sydney, Nova Scotia. I'm showing you guys the S-plane Sydney right now. People living in Vancouver Island, if everybody lives in Vancouver Island, be prepared for extremely hot weather. So much rain, and possible large hail in Oklahoma. Here's the food report. I'm doing good so far. It's me once again. And I'm showing you the Mayflower Mall in Sydney, Nova Scotia. It's me right now. Things going good so far. Let's see how you doing. Let's see how you doing. Things going well. Let's see. How was your day? Things are going good. And it's me right now once again. Right now. Be extra prepared because the Rachel's going to be really bad in the state of Oklahoma. I urge everyone to stay indoors when the winds get really worse. Head down to the basement as you can. Hey everyone, it's Frank now. I'm down on Charlotte Street in Sydney right now. I'm showing you Charlotte Street. It's me once again. It's me walking down Charlotte Street as of right now. Things going really well. It's me on Charlotte Street again from Frank McDonald.
Frankie, the monster trucks. How was the monster truck rally? Tell
It
us.
was great so far on June 7th.
Yeah. How many people were there? It didn't seem like there was
A lot of
enough
people.
It should be like the place should be full, you'd think. That's so awesome. That's not your first time seeing monster trucks too, is it, Frankie?
Multiple times I saw monster trucks and stump bikes.
Does it smell like gasoline and stuff in there? Like, what do they do
that,
about
that
that?
happens once a year in Sydney
Just once a year, it smells like gasoline in the arena.
because of monster trucks.
That's what would scare me about being in an arena with all these monster trucks is breathing all this gas, I guess. But maybe they use alcohol, like funny cars do.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I have to research that.
And Base Guy Show is tomorrow night on Friday the 13th. Base Guy Show, 10:50 Eastern, 11:50 Atlantic, 7:50 Pacific.
Base Guy Show for more monster trucks. Go there. Yeah. How many monster trucks were there, Frankie? How many different ones?
5 of them.
5 different ones, eh? How many motorbike jumping guys?
More than 5, more than 3.
Yeah, that was a big jump they did too. Eh? It was like it was like 100 feet or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never gone to that before. I've always wanted to. I've always wanted to go, and I've gone to, you know what we have in Quesnel is the crash to pass. And the crash to pass is, in order to pass a guy, you have to hit him with your car. It's like that's the rule in this race. You can't pass someone until you bump them. So it's like a demolition derby race kind of
Yes.
deal. It's pretty sweet. But you know what I just saw? I was watching tonight before the show, Frankie, was this other event they have up in Alaska. And what they do is they push these cars off a cliff. They just rig them up and set them to drive by themselves and drive them off this cliff. And they go 300 feet off this cliff into the air, and then they smash like 50 times. And then this huge crowd is there. Even the governor of Alaska was at this event. And the U.S. Coast Guard flew over with a C-130 Hercules and filmed a guy driving his, sending his car off the cliff to go there. So that was pretty epic there. So I can't remember what it's called now, but you can look it up on YouTube. It's a real thing. It's about as crazy as that cheese rolling thing that people do in the UK there. So anyways, enough about that, I guess, for now. We'll come back to unless anyone's got a question for Frankie. I haven't even looked at the chat lately. Anyone in the chat has a reasonable question for Frankie. We don't want to bother him with our trifle matters, but how to solve world hunger and peace and all things like that. Frankie has all the answers for
That
it.
means the government's too corrupted. That means government stealing money, people donating money to charity like UNICEF and things like this. The government takes it.
Government's taking everything, Frankie, and they're going to use it to have a big military show there. Everyone's going to go past Donald Trump, and they're all going to say, "We love you," and cry, and it's disgusting stuff. Anyways, let's get back to the weather here for a minute because I'm hungry, so let's get talking about smoking good barbecue and things like that.
The Brandon Houck Report.
Oh, hi. This is the Brandon Houck Report.
Brought to you by
Smoking good barbecue.
Smoking good barbecue time there, Brandon Houck. How are you doing there? Tell us about your prognosis for severe thunderstorms and all that, this, that, and the other on your side of the mountains.
Oh, yes. We'll talk about that in just a moment. But yeah, it is a big weekend for smoking good barbecue.
Oh, it's the big contest, isn't it?
Yes, it starts tomorrow and it goes all weekend, So, yeah, we have Smoker Wars. Speaking of smoke in the area, I got to promote Smoker Wars with the smoke in the area, which is pretty wild stuff indeed. But anyways, so yeah, they're gonna be doing a pile of smoking good barbecue at the Centennial Regional Arena parking lot this weekend in Brooks, where the Bandits play and where the Bandits always win, And that's where we're gonna be. They're gonna be grilling up a pile of smoking good barbecue starting tomorrow with the chicken wing judging competition tomorrow. So tomorrow we judge chicken wings, and then as we go through Saturday, we're gonna do the pit boss. So Saturday we go around different camps and we try each and pretty much everybody's little samples of food. So kind of like a Costco, but instead you're trying like smoking good barbecue for a whole day. But anyways, as we move into Saturday afternoon, that's when I step in for the judging. And this is when it gets serious, okay? This is when they get serious. They lock you in a room, okay, with, I'd say, another 15 bunch of other people in the room, and they're bringing in dishes, but we don't know where they're coming from. They're just numbered, okay? So we get to judge brisket, we get to judge ribs, we get to judge chicken, we get to judge beans, and all this stuff. And it's going to be all these different teams that are going to be competing for the championship to who's going to be the best smoking good barbecue in our neck of the woods. So that's going on this weekend. By the way, last weekend, I was judging the karaoke. I'd say that went really well as well. And doing a bit of hosting there. Got to do a bit of hosting, and it was in the parade, waved at everybody. We had the speakers in the vehicle. People are talking to me on the parade route, but I couldn't hear what they're saying because I had the speakers right beside my ear with all the music blasting. So, yeah. So if you all tried to talk to me over the weekend, I'm sorry. I didn't hear you. Probably asking me what the weather's going to be. That's exactly what they're all asking me, because that's what we're going to get into as I swing into the weather side of things, because we had nice weather last weekend. Actually, not too bad. Just a few little showers here and there, a little bit of smoke here and there, nothing too wild. We started off this week on the hot side of things, temperatures in the low 30s here in southern Alberta. And then this front moved through, and it brought down the smoke from the north on Tuesday there. And it was very thick yesterday. Very, very thick. And then last night into this morning. Oh my. What a wake-up call that everybody got this morning at 3 a.m. We had a cluster of rain and thunderstorms moving in from the south. And luckily my alarm went off before the storm got here. So I got to enjoy the show while everybody else got woken up rudely because we had a lightning strike at least 1 kilometer away from this place here. And it just rattled the place at 3:23 a.m. this morning. And that was just epic in proportions. And then it just poured rain, and it hasn't stopped. And it's just stopped raining by showtime here. So it's been raining since 3 o'clock this morning, which is really good. Much needed. So we were in a fire restriction. So very much needed rainfall in our area. And we finally, while other areas didn't get as much rain, but still a little bit of smoke around, but not as bad as it was yesterday. And we picked up at least close to 30 millimeters of rain today. So incredible amount of rain. Temperature staying on the cool side today. Now, tomorrow's little setup is going to be just a little bit different. And we have a system that did bring some strong thunderstorms in the BC interior. And we had a few thunderstorms rumbling along the foothills this afternoon as well. One cell near Waterton and Twin Butte got pretty close to the strong side there earlier this evening. And that system is going to be moving in. Now, the story is we're going to see our winds here in southern Alberta make a switch to the southwest. So the majority of the smoke that is draped over our area today, again for tomorrow, is going to start to move its way out of the area eventually in the days ahead. So that allows for a clearing in the sky for some of us, and hopefully we don't have as much smoke so that this prevention that doesn't prevent any storms from firing tomorrow. But I think because we've had storms today and how the storms performed in BC interior, I have a pretty good feeling that things are going to potentially fire off tomorrow if we do have a little bit more in abundance of sunshine. So if we get that, because we had that rain today, and we're going to crank up the heat tomorrow, which is Friday, the 13th of June, we are going to crank up the heat. And we had this rainfall today, 30 millimeters of rain. So you bet the atmosphere is going to be, I'm going to say the word, moist tomorrow. That's right. Now, when that occurs, you get enough buoyancy, instability. You have all ingredients in place for storms to go. You need energy. You need moisture. You need You need all the ingredients, just like baking the cake there. And if you don't have all the ingredients, storms are not going to happen. Or if something messes something up, like, oh, let's say a little too much smoke, then storms are not going to happen. But with the amount of Cape instability that we have in the air tomorrow, and we got that little bit of a trigger, area of low pressure moving in, it's going to allow those storms to potentially initiate, and we could potentially see a couple of supercells develop tomorrow in parts of central Alberta, especially from the Edmonton area, extending down towards, let's say, Red Deer, Drumheller, Hannah Coronation, and extending into southwestern portions of Saskatchewan, right through the Cypress Hills. Some of these thunderstorms could be capable of producing. Could be in for hail, at least the size of nickels, maybe ping pong ball sized hail tomorrow with these storms. And the other thing is we could be dealing with strong winds, gusting up to 90 to 100 kilometers an hour, especially if you do get a good outflow boundaries, get these storms that are going to really start to fire off as we go through Friday afternoon here. And then another thing that we also noticed with this potential will also be torrential downpours as well with any thunderstorm that develops. We have the area of low pressure situated right over the central regions of the province, and that means the winds are going to be going all over the place. So on the north side of the low, winds are going to be southeasterly. On the west side of the low, winds are going to be northerly. South side of the low, winds are going to be southwesterly. So when you have a wind field like that and the wind's going all over the place, you got enough convection. That allows for a little bit of spin in the air mass above us as we go through Friday afternoon. And that means there's going to be a potential for funnel clouds to develop as we go through Friday afternoon with these storms. If, as I mentioned, if these storms can fire off at a good rating tomorrow afternoon, I'm going to say initiation time would be about lunchtime tomorrow. And the storms really start getting their act together about 2-3 o'clock Mountain Daylight Time on Friday. So if we have, once again, you need that initiation, you need all the ingredients in play, and we got that little bit of spin in the air, a couple of funnel clouds not out of the question. Now, that's going to be especially in the Edmonton area, but I'm also keeping an eye on the Hannah Coronation area as well, where we have that potential for any isolated supercell where we have a little bit of spin there. So that means a little bit of rotation, and we could see funnel cloud potential and possibly a landspout tornado or a hybrid tornado that could develop tomorrow in central regions of the province. So we'll be...
And by tomorrow, he means the 13th of June.
The 13th, Friday the 13th. Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, Friday the 13th is tomorrow. So it's a good day for storms. That's right. So that is what we're going to be watching very closely, parts of Alberta for Friday with this low pressure system moving in. And then Saturday, it's Saskatchewan's turn to get into the severe weather potential as this low continues to scoot its way across the prairies in the days ahead. And then as we move through the next couple of days, we're going to see chances of showers and thunderstorms. I think the thunderstorm risk is going to be a little bit higher in Alberta for Friday compared to Saturday. And then as we move into Sunday and the Monday, that storm risk moves into southern Manitoba. But there will be some beneficial rain where we've been dealing with fires in the last couple of weeks here. So areas around, let's say, the Peace River area, especially to the south, Slave Lake, and points off into areas just between Edmonton and Fort McMurray could be in for some significant rainfall, some beneficial rainfall. And the other area that will also get some beneficial rainfall through the weekend into early next week looks to be around La Ronge, where they're allowed to return to their homes today there, and up into the Flin Flon and areas right into, Flin Flon, Manitoba as well, going to get some beneficial rain. So that is some good news that I have on the weather front of things there. And another thing, as I mentioned, looks like this unsettled pattern is going to continue for the next couple of weeks here especially here in the prairies. So next couple of weeks, because typically June is our wettest month of the season. So it's a little behind, but we call them June monsoon season here in Alberta.
We call it January
monsoons here today. No doubt about that. Okay. Now, I'll go through some stories and fun facts here because we have a lot of time still in the show tonight. And there's there's some good stories today. I have to say, there's some good ones. I'm going to kick things off with a buddy in Kentucky here who got kicked out of a bar. Yeah, he got kicked out of the bar. Don't know what he was doing, but what he did afterwards is this guy is known for catching animals. And, well, he caught a raccoon and he released it into the bar after he got banned from the bar, and that's how he got arrested after that for doing that. But yeah, so that's Kentucky man for you.
You can get arrested for releasing a raccoon into a bar.
Yeah, you did.
That's the way. That's animal. Teaching raccoons to drink is bad.
yeah, teaching those raccoons the way. And then Ed the zebra. I got to talk about Ed the zebra here. Ed the zebra. This story's been he's been on the loose for a couple of weeks. This zebra running around Tennessee here, and Ed the zebra got I guess they caught him, and he got to go on his first little helicopter ride. And there's this picture of him going around online. He looks very impressed to be riding around this helicopter back to his owner's place, I guess.
He went viral.
It went
as a
viral.
zebra.
The poor zebra, Ed the zebra, the poor
I
guy.
didn't hear about this. I got to look this up now. Down in
Yeah.
Tennessee.
You have to look it up.
You have to look at the picture. It is just the best picture on the internet this week. Ed the
zebra.
Florida man also stabbed a shark after it stole his fish. He got in trouble for that. And then also another Florida man
Take that, shark.
is housing a 9-foot alligator. And he also got in trouble for that.
Why is he doing that?
I don't know. He just decided he not needed a 9-foot alligator in his house.
Did you not know that it will eat him?
It probably would, The poor alligator in this house, All right, and then Minneapolis, they have this very large pencil, okay? So this kind of ties with weather. There's a big tree where they put this pencil because the tree got knocked down by a large storm in Minneapolis. So they decided to put this big number 2 pencil up where this tree was, okay? And each and every year, they go and sharpen the pencil with a big, large pencil sharpener. So they get up on this little booster thingy here, and then they go around and they sharpen the pencil, and they have a whole crowd of people around this whole pencil watching them sharpen this pencil. And people actually showed up dressed as number 2 pencils. So I thought that was also another incredible story from this week. And then finally, I'll go through some fun facts for you. Coca-Cola is about 90% water. A can of Diet Coke is about 99% water. And the first movie with I'm not going to say the word, but the F word in it is the movie called MASH. There you go. Some fun facts for you on this Comedeorological report.
I'm not just making up that thing about guy getting eaten by his own alligator. Like, that alligator will eat him eventually.
Oh, yeah.
It will try.
Doesn't have the alligator anymore, and I guess he got charged for it. So
that's all. You can get arrested for releasing an alligator into a bar and things like that. But yeah, so this guy in Russia somehow got a crocodile, I believe it was in Russia, and he kept it for a long time because there's like no rules in Russia. Like if you're in Siberia or whatever, I don't know where he lived. Probably somewhere where Kirill Bakanov lives. There's no rules there whatsoever, so you can just do whatever you want. And this guy had his crocodile, and people were warning him, like, your crocodile is going to eat you someday. And he's like, no, I've trained him. We're good friends. This is my crocodile. Like, and they had him for a long time. The crocodiles live to be very old. So he had this crocodile like years, like maybe 20 years even or something. I don't know, 10 or 20 years. I don't know. That he had this crocodile a long friggin' time. And then one day, the crocodile ate him. Ooh. Just like that.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what happened. So let that be a lesson to the rest of you want to be crocodile people. That the crocodiles they're never really your friend. Like they
No,
don't care that much about your company.
no.
In
Note
fact,
to self.
they're probably just sitting there hating you the whole time for no reason. They're just like,
Probably.
look at that ugly thing. It's like walking around on two legs. Look at it. I hate it. Can't someday I'm gonna eat it. That's probably what he said.
Probably.
What about
Probably.
like, you have a crocodile, don't you, Karen?
No, no, I do not, and nor will I ever.
I didn't think that was your style. How hot did it get up there this week in Prince George?
Oh, well, last weekend was freaking beautiful. 30 degrees, 31. This week, not so much.
Yeah, it was
But it was great last weekend.
pretty hot.
Yeah.
Pretty hot. What do
Got
we
a
got?
little sunburnt out in my yard doing my flowers and plants, and yeah, now it's raining and cold.
We had 3 new daily temperature records set. 35.2 in Castlegar yesterday. Clinton area, that eclipsed their old one. That was 32.8. So that's like it really beat their old one. The old one set in 1918, which seemed to be a hot year. I seem to have seen the 1918 come up on hot records a couple times. Clinton, 27.9. So they 2 degrees, more than 2 degrees. And that 25.2 is their old one. More than 2 degrees. Every time it's more than 2 degrees, I'm like, that's a pretty good jump. That's a substantial climb there. You just set a daily temperature record by 2 degrees. And Vernon tied theirs, 32.8. So other than that, nothing record-wise was set in Canada this year. Nothing that exciting happened yesterday. So that's unfortunate. And I think we still have some severe thunderstorm watches in BC. Yeah, they're still in effect, but I don't know if anything's going to attain severe anymore. A couple errant thunderstorms are still going on. Some of them are pretty strong. But more or less, it's quiet, except for smoke across Canada right now. Okay. Oh, you got the zebra there. I didn't even see it.
There's zebra.
I was looking at other pictures. And yeah, look at that zebra.
Yeah.
You
It's
can't
zebra.
tame a zebra, you know.
No. He looks
It's
very
true.
happy up there.
Yeah, well, if he is happy, that's bad news, because then he'll try to get out again just so he can get a free ride. I mean, that looks like a lot of fun. I want to do that.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. That does look like fun.
You know,
There you go. Ed the zebra.
Ed the zebra. Yeah, you can't tame them. That's why they're not like horses,
No.
right? Like a horse you can tame, but a zebra, no. They're just always going to be feral. They're always going to, more or less, you try to ride them, and they'll say, no, you can't ride me. I'm a zebra, you idiot. Okay, you know what I got here lined up next? Meteorologist Mark went on a trip to Golden Ears Provincial Park here in BC this week. Would you like to see Meteorologist Mark go to Golden Ears Provincial Park?
Yes.
Do it.
Okay, good. Glad someone said so. Here we go, Scud.
I just got the fat check for pushing that.
My name Mark Ingalls.
Pushing that agenda. It says here, HARP, climate change, whatever, in my bank account.
Hello everyone, I'm geocaching on the Menzies Trail in Golden Ears Park here in BC. We're right outside of Maple Ridge. I'm on a debris flow scar from last winter. Check this out. All these rocks were brought down by the stream this last winter. So we're navigating all of this debris, obviously. And that's where the trail is supposed to be. I bet you this happened in November when we had that huge atmospheric river that had all that flooding in Coquitlam. That makes sense. I think there was over 200 millimeters of rain up here during that event. Maybe even more, honestly, since we're up in the mountains. And for the radio listeners, it's the trail's completely gone there. Completely wiped out. I'm on some rocks that were caught on the upside of a log. Anyway, my hometown of Kennewick, Washington gets less than 200 millimeters of rain in a year. It's definitely the deserts of eastern Washington. Up here, they got that in one weekend. It rained constantly for like 60 hours at my house in White Rock. And White Rock is the driest part of the metro area. Look at that. That's a washout from last fall, probably last November as well. We were on this trail. We picked this trail because the other one was so bad, and there was no like markers or anything to say that we shouldn't go this way, right?
Welcome to Canada, bud.
At the trailhead. And so we're like almost 20 kilometers into our hike. That's like 3 meters deep, guys. Anyway, kind of decided, like, they have it roped off right here. And right up there you can see.
Oh,
well, if you're on the radio, you can't see, obviously. Well, hopefully you can see, just not what I'm showing. But we made it around. There was a kind of a natural land bridge. We took a risk there. Kind of figured since the creek was running low, there was a lower risk of us causing a sinkhole. That ended up being the case. So now we're moving back along. Probably going to come out to around 21 or 22 kilometers on this hike. That's pretty cool. And Acalia, by the way, if you don't remember, Acalia's 5. She's done the whole thing without like asking to be up. She's had a good attitude the whole time. She's doing better than I am, honestly. Acalia, do you want to say hi to the people?
Hi.
How's the hike?
Good.
Are you having fun?
Yeah.
What was your favorite part?
Sitting in the water.
Yeah, they sat in the water. And I found 41 geocaches, so we all win today. And how do you feel?
Good.
We promised her that she would get to go to the splash pad afterwards. Do you still want to go to the splash pad after 20 kilometers, Acalia?
Yep.
Yeah, she does. Yep. We told her we could go on another day, but she won't have that. Altogether, we've been out here for about 9.5 hours. And Acalia has done so good. Isn't that right, Acalia? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, say goodbye to the people.
Bye!
Yeah, when you're like, hey, we can go to the splash pad anytime, we could do that tomorrow. And kid's like, no, right now. Right now is good. It's like, that was a long hike. Aren't you tired? No, Dad. Splash Park. Let's go right now. Right now, Splash Park. Okay, we still got some time left. So why don't I show you something if you got nothing to show me? So today I went out, tried to chase Thunderstorm, and sometimes you gotta get up high around here to see something. So if you're in the Caribou, maybe ours would pop up when they hit the mountains. You're hoping, and then nothing really happens, and that's kind of what went down here. So I'm looking for this right now. You have to give me a second here. Oh boy, yeah, that's how prepared I am.
I sent you videos of the freaking rain, but I was not going out to chase it because there's nothing to see, really. Here.
Oh, I never got a chance to download things yet today.
I heard them, but yeah, I wasn't going out in it.
Well, here's beautiful Wells, BC. Look at that. You can see the air rising in real time. That cloud is lifting right up into the bottom of this flat-based cumulus cloud, towering cumulus cloud, which will want to be a cumulonimbus cloud. That is completely rising up in real time. Look at the sharp edge on the back of this guy. I know there's a bunch of cells in behind here going on as well. We are going to see a thunderstorm this afternoon in Wells. I have absolutely no doubt about that. We did. I have absolutely no doubt about that. Look at that rising scud hanging there. I guess you could call that a scud, eh, Mark? Hey, scud. There you go. There it is. This is bad news. My God. Anything could happen. Get on! I'll watch the video later. They dry mop in this. Only 10 seconds. Just north of us here, sitting over Two Sisters Mountain. This just gives you a great example. Look at the towering heads there, popping up on that cumulus cloud. You could probably hear thunder coming out of these guys very soon. Very high risk of them producing lightning in the next, I'd say, hour. Some of these guys. So what's coming in? See this guy in the background shooting right up too. I'm watching because I'll down the way there. Lightning is hitting. Oh, it's Stanley. I just sit here. I will see some lightning. No, that's not it either. Here we go. Rain now. Look at the beautiful view from on top. Island Mountain. More widespread. Of course,
Thunder activity has
can't
quieted
look at
a little bit in the last few minutes.
You have to
Well,
trust
hit
me.
like, share, subscribe to the Weather Dude anyways, because you never know when I'm going to land a big fish out here, weather watching, doing cool stuff like that here in the BC interior.
Not today.
Today, not so much. Most of the action's down south. There was a real outside chance that we'd get something here.
Skunked.
That would be closer to spectacular.
But look how beautiful.
And it just seemed to hit into the mountains here and die. A little bit of thunder up there now.
So that's what I like to do anyways, is get up on top the old island mountain there and get a view out, because you're down deep in the valley here. And what happens is the storms sometimes, if they're moving fast too, they'll hit the front hills and they'll kind of like pop themselves up. They'll take a little bit of a jump and they'll kind of just skim over the mountaintops, coalescing on the mountaintops. You're sitting down there in the valley being like, wow, the storm's up there somewhere. And yeah, so you got to get up there. So sometimes when I get up there, I make sure to sit in the truck, because you're very close to the sky at that point and lightning will strike you. It's so here's a story for you, Brandon.
Oh, yeah.
Carson, who I know, is a buddy here, he works up in the Yukon. And one of his workmates yesterday got struck by lightning.
Ooh.
Yeah, they were working on some kind of a bridge or scaffolding or something like that. I'm not exactly sure. But it hit something nearby, and him being on the metal, whatchamacallit, whatever it was, got him the indirect strike.
Wow.
He's okay.
That's good.
Yeah, but that just shows you, you know. So I don't get out of the truck when I go park up on top of the mountain here.
Oh, yeah.
Because I've had a couple pretty close strikes on the mountain over the years.
Yeah.
And now that I film everything, it never happens near me. Yeah. You know how it is. But
oh, yeah. It's always
I had
happened.
some good ones. Had some good ones last year. I'm just kidding. Beautiful Wells, BC, man.
Oh, yes. Beautiful. I should find my little thunderstorm from this morning. I got a little video from there. I should find that.
Why, yes, you should. Why, yes, you should. I started selling some firewood this week, so I've been out in the mountains cutting wood.
Oh, yeah.
Dropping trees and things like that. So
cutting wood.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm good for.
Witch portraits. That's to there.
What I'm good for.
Oh, yes. So there's a lot of darkness in here. Where is... I gotta share. Where's my...
yeah, so like all your clips are just black because you're filming the black sky. So then you're like, which one is it?
All right.
That doesn't look good. Here we go.
All right, here we go. I'll move it back.
Thunderstorm arrived first thing in the morning.
3 in the morning.
Flash in there. And you had a real close boomer in town, did you? That woke everyone up? Or maybe that was Vernon this morning. I saw someone report. People were saying, I think it was in Vernon. People said that they woke up this morning to like just a big loud crack.
Yeah.
Don't quote me on it.
Yeah, it wasn't those flashes there. I wish I had the camera on this. I was just sitting here watching, you know, as everything's happening out over here. And then all of a sudden, whoosh, big bolt about a kilometer away from here. It lit up the room. I was like, woo, and then, oh yeah, it just shook the whole place. It was...
Maybe it was you saying that.
It might have been me.
This was a gnarly looking little storm not too long ago through Enderby area. Seems like it's mostly chilling now. Things are getting more chill out there. A couple lightning strikes there south of Barrier in the hills. That's a couple pretty big mountains there.
Oh yeah.
So they're hill hugging right now. And it looks like some healthy rain in the Kootenays there in some of these cells at least.
Mm-hmm.
Still, there's a one on its own. Right on Highway 3 there. Coming up into the Selmo, or not the Selmo Creston Pass, sorry, the Paulson Summit.
Oh, yeah.
Whole bunch of lightning going on there. So, yeah, my sense is that things, you know, give it a bunch of days and be watching. If it gets warm out at any point in the next bunch of days, start watching the hills for smokes. Because some of these lightning strikes aren't going to just show themselves immediately as fire. They're going to smolder around out there, take their time, dig into something, dig into some rotten stuff there and bury themselves down, hide, wait for a hot day, and then start to get more and more active and crawl out and burn. So some afternoon when it gets warm, start looking at those hillsides, and sometimes it's a week or even 2 weeks before the lightning strikes show themselves. Especially if down weather after a thunderstorm rolls through. We just had all this heat, so things were primed and dried to be receptive to some lightning strikes. But then you get a little bit of rain, and you get some down weather for a day or two, or some cloudy conditions. The fire doesn't just take off. It's not like lightning strike and then boom, hey, look, the forest is on fire. But still, more expected tomorrow in southern BC. More expected tomorrow. Hey, Frankie, how's it going there?
Did you change your shirt, Frankie?
There was a thunderstorm somewhere in the world. They had over in Russia to get tornadoes over there.
Did you see any thunder and lightning in there today, Frankie?
I never saw thunder and lightning in Sydney.
Nice.
Central Nova Scotia was supposed to get 2 centimeters of hail.
Oh, yeah. They got PEI. I think the Confederation Bridge had a wind gust of 150 from what I saw earlier.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yes.
Wow. Yeah, some severe thunderstorm warnings in the Atlantic over the last day or two. They don't get a whole lot of them there.
Not a whole lot, but they do get some good ones once in a while. Once in a blue moon. Especially July and August when things heat up and get more humidity. So this is a little bit on the early side for those kind of storms there.
Yeah, a lot of lightning strikes in BC today. A lot of people
that means that you could be fighting fires this year possible.
Yeah, it could be that in a few weeks' time they may get us busy again. I'd like to think so, that we get called or used. Got some Australian fire crews coming to Canada. I don't want to try playing the short videos because apparently there's a beautiful, positive CG capture.
Yeah, that means it looks like it could be a bad fire season in British Columbia possible.
Well, this is the first time we've had a lot of lightning this last 2 days. We've been, way historically low on lightning so far this year. So we've been pretty good. Look at this nice picture that one of our moderators got there.
Oh, yeah. Right behind the A&W.
Yeah.
The shelf cloud with a teen burger. Nothing better.
Mothership coming in there.
Hey, Joey, I'm on Reddit now, too.
Are you?
Hey, Joey, you can even sign up your Reddit.
What would that do for me? Like, why do I want to be a Reddit guy? I just don't know. I don't really know. I've looked at Reddit a couple times.
That means you can share your shows on your Reddit.
I mean, is anyone going to care there either?
I'm on Reddit too.
Well, okay, you'll care. That's good. What do you think of this
Brandon,
mothership picture?
On Reddit.
This is 100 Mile House today.
100 Mile House, nice. Yeah, I saw that storm on radar.
Hey, Brandon, you can even start your own Reddit.
Oh yeah, look into that too. Yeah.
Holy, that's from a whole year ago came up.
Oh yeah, that's yeah.
A no doubter. I don't know why that came up. I think it's a no doubter still. It just happened in a place where there's nothing to damage.
Yeah.
So yeah, power outage. Vanderhoof to Prince Rupert. Okay, yeah. So that's what
just like that Maple Creek one. That was AI.
Well, this one wasn't AI.
I know.
Yeah. This one we had. We had it. It was in a place where there's no trees, no nothing. It's like, well, we pretty sure a tornado happened here. We got a video of it. Structure sure looks like it. Look at very brief tornado there, land spout tornado. And very hard to prove it if nothing got damaged. So, Frankie, we just got 5 minutes left in the radio show here.
And did you hear about this? I started my Reddit a while back, and my Reddit is Frankie McDonald 1984. That is my Reddit.
Yeah, I should join Reddit too, eh?
Yes.
Frankie, it's been 198 episodes so far. What should we do for our 200th episode?
That means they'll be showing the original and the very first episode of Comedeorological weather report way back in January 2021.
We should show some of that, eh?
Like the original one, the very first pilot episode of Comedeorological weather report ever.
Okay, deal. I'll like dig it up this week, and if I don't
And
have
back
it,
in 2021, your show used to be on every Sunday nights.
that's true. Yeah, it was your idea, and then you wanted to change one week, and I said okay.
And then it was Thursday nights.
Yeah, it's always funny because people are like, what's the story? How did you start a show with Frankie? You know, like, how do you know Frankie? And it's like, I messaged Frankie and said we should start a show for weirdos that like weather. And
That was during the lockdown of January 2021 when the world was shut down. You started your podcast.
And he said, good idea, Sunday night. I said, okay. That was
Now,
how it
Base
started.
Guy does a show at 10:50 p.m. Eastern, 11:50 p.m. Atlantic. In 2023, Base Guy, the second half of 2023, Base Guy did a show at 10 o'clock p.m. Atlantic, 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern back then. In the year 2000, and in April 2023, Base Guy used to do a show every Fridays at 4 p.m. Atlantic, 3 p.m. Eastern.
How do people find you on the internet, Frankie?
If you want
Besides
to find me
Reddit?
on social media, my non-social media, my Reddit is Frankie McDonald 1984, and my social media is my Blue Skies at Frankie McD, and my ex-former Twitter's at Frankie McD, and my Threads is at Frankie McD 1984, and my Linktree is Frankie McDonald 1984. My Facebook is Frankie McDonald. My Instagram is Frankie McD 1984. My TikTok is Frankie McDonald 1984. My Clapper is Frankie McDonald 1984. My Twitch is Frankie McDonald 1984. My Snapchat is Frankie MECDON. My YouTube channel is Dogs Wolves, and my LinkedIn is Frankie McDonald. You can also find me on Reddit as Frankie McDonald 1984. Best luck to you. I'm Frankie McDonald. You listen to Comedeorological Weather Report every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Atlantic.
Well, I think that's pretty much the show, Frankie.
That's the show.
Yeah, you've been watching us on Joey on the Caribbean Weather Dude YouTube channel. Please subscribe if you never have before. And, of course, on C488.7 Prince George, CFBX 92.5 Kamloops, and CKUW. I mixed my order up, and now I'm so confused. And CKUW as well in Winnipeg. They're great. I love you, CKUW. I just got to stick to the order, you know, because as soon as you go off the order, you're like, man, I'm like lost in space. That's the show, Frankie.
That's the show.
That's the show, Brandon.
That is not the show. Ah,
you always do that.
I do. I like
Oh, he
doing that.
does.
It's just
See, there you go. Frankie's gone.
there he goes.
Well, it's just you and me now, Brandon.
I guess.
And a few people watching still. Hello to everyone out there watching still on the live stream. And I think we're going to shut her down early tonight because I got lots to do tomorrow. And it's just the two of us there. Close lightning by Dragon Lake there, Marcus Mom says. Hi there, Cynthia. Hi, Lisa Lou. Hey, Mike. Hey, Teresa. Melting down in Castlegar there.
I got a big day tomorrow too.
Oh, and you got all that eating to do this weekend.
Yes. Eating and eating and eating and sitting in people's campsites, visiting, you know.
Sounds rough.
I know.
Yeah, you're a little more social than me, maybe. The eating sounds pretty
Not
good.
as much, actually. No, I'm not much of a social guy, but I've become more social. I'm working on being more social.
Yeah, I'm working on it. Like this much a year right now.
Yeah, I'm both the same, you know.
Baby steps.
Do a few events here and there. Do a parade, just wave at everybody. Yeah.
That's the one thing I found though in my music career. It's way easier to be on the stage than it is to be in the crowd.
Oh yeah.
In the crowd, you have to be social.
Yeah, that's right.
On the stage, you could just be up there and be like, I control the room.
That's right.
It's like
That's
there's power there. You know, people think the stage is a frightening thing. It's like, no, you can weave magic from there. You can control the whole room. Like you had the big karaoke thing last weekend too, right?
Yeah, I had the big karaoke. Actually did a few video calls with Frankie. So he was doing some video calls, and I video called him back. We got a whole bunch of people, had a whole pile of people there, and he was just sitting there waving. He didn't say a word at all. He just waved.
That's funny.
Yeah. So that was it would be midnight his time when I video called him. So yeah.
And he's just getting started at that hour.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Frankie's just cranking up to party mode at that time. And that's
That's right.
still that lightning there east of Enderby up Ashton Creek there. Other than that, things are mostly turned into a rain out now in southern BC. You know,
Oh,
what's
yeah.
kind of frustrating is that sometimes the places that get the rain are not the places where it was the lightning earlier.
Yeah.
Right. It's not very fair. And there was not a lot of rain in most of those cells the last 2 days. You know, these bigger ones when they coalesce near the mountains, yeah, but through the interior they were very dry.
Yeah.
Quite. So yeah, you know, whatever took lightning out there didn't get doused hard probably.
Oh yeah.
You know, there'll be some smokes come out of it. So just keep your eyes on the hills and call BC Wildfire Service if you see smokes, right? That's the thing to do. And same with Alberta as well. Call Danielle Smith.
She was in the parade
Danielle,
last weekend too. Yeah.
you're burning our province down. That's what you say. Okay. Oh well, that's I guess that's the show for me this week, Brandon. Thanks everybody for watching.
All right. Awesome. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, I love you, buddy. We'll see you next week. Okay.
See you next week. I'll have a review for the weekend here.
Yeah. Get some video footage of you eating stuff.
Yes.
And try to like make it look real, you know, like you really care about the
Really
eating
care.
part. Like
Well,
you're,
it's
like,
it's
into it.
intense judging, you know. We have to take one bite, put it back, you know. Everybody, we gotta look at the texture, we gotta look at the performance, you know. Yeah, it's gonna be.
The performance.
Yeah, so they have to make it look really good. If they just put it,
Right.
drop it in without organizing it or anything like that, no lettuce or anything, then it gets the poor mark. So yeah, it's intense.
You can't just be like, you know, no one gave a shit. Just fucking, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go, Brandon. You're like 0 for performance.
Yeah, 0.
That's great. Yeah, I'm so hungry now. I wish I was eating all weekend like you. But no, I'm just gonna be a bachelor in the mountains and cut firewood all weekend. No kids, no nothing. Just
Oh yeah.
crank through and get some work done. Yeah, fallen trees. I do like that. And cutting wood. I do like it. I love. Be nice, cool weather for tomorrow here. It'll be good working weather. Better
Oh
than
yes.
yesterday was. Yeah. Okay, that's it for me then, everybody. We'll see you next time.